I made one of the cups. So I think I'm gonna undo all of this. This is the print for the May rewards. Oh my god, I feel like... Can you see my little flowers that I put on my salon table? Hi everyone and welcome to this new fun video. In this video I think I will be crocheting kind of like a lingerie top, but not really. It comes with a backstory. So a week ago I went to the city, and when I'm in the city I always like to go to Urban Outfitters. Although it's fast fashion and I'm personally not the biggest fan of fast fashion, but they always have clothing and items that's exactly my style and vibe. Obviously because it's more trendy items since it's fast fashion. And I saw this really beautiful lingerie top. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be lingerie, but when I saw it, I immediately imagined it would fit so nicely over this top specifically, because I feel like the colors would have matched very nicely. And I do use this top a lot for like more a layering piece. So yeah, I didn't buy it because we didn't have enough time to fit it on. The queue for the fitting rooms was way too long, so we didn't have time to fit it on, and I honestly think it would have been too small anyways because it was a large and I'm more like a large extra large, but knowing fast fashion I feel like that large would have been a bit smaller for me. So I'm trying to like ease my mind by thinking it would have been too small anyways, but in this video I actually want to take the time to crochet a top, and it will be the smallest yarn and hook size I have ever used so far in the almost 2.5 years I have been crocheting. Yeah, I still need to buy the actual hook itself, by the way. I think I'll use a 2.5mm hook, but I ordered the yarn on Hobby or Hobby, I don't know how to pronounce it, and today it arrived. I'm still currently working on another project, but I already wanted to do the introduction. So here is the yarn. I really hope I will have enough. Also, the funny thing is the lingerie top in Urban Outfitters it was on sale for about 20 euros. I think the original price was 40 euros. So I also ordered yarn that costed me 20 euros. So I'm gonna show it to you. This is gonna be actual hell, I think. Because look how small this yarn is, but I kind of want to do a little bit of a lace effect. This is tiny, but I kind of want it to be intricate because obviously it's already a top, so it doesn't need any sleeves or anything like that, which already helps me, but I still feel like this will take me a very, very long time. I hope it won't take me longer than 2 weeks, preferably a week and a half, because I obviously also have other projects I want to do. Do I have the space in my closet to add more clothes onto it? The answer is absolutely no, and I haven't been successful in selling my items so far on my Vinted account. You can check out my Vinted account at Hippie Hooray, by the way, if you live in Europe. But yeah, now that I look at it, these colors don't match nicely at all. So my idea already isn't working out. I'll see though. I also don't really wear a lot of blue. As you can probably tell, I wear a lot of green, purple and pink. So now I feel like I probably should have gone with one of those colors. I kind of really dislike this color. It's like a very bright turquoise color. Probably one of my least favorite colors. When I saw it on the website, I expected it to fit very nicely on this top. I guess it doesn't, but I have the yarn now, so I guess I'll have to do with this color. I also bought this yarn. It's like a sparkly purple yarn because, as you can see on the original top, it had like purple kind of lacy details on the fabric. So I want to use this yarn for that, and then I'll probably also buy some ribbons for the added details. Now, as you can tell, the original top has wire. It's more like a bra shape. And I was contemplating to also buy wire, but that would add another 5 euros to my price, and I didn't want to spend more money than I would have spent if I would have actually bought that top. So I didn't buy any bra wire. I think I'll just try to make a cup. Obviously it's going to be a different shape than the original top because it's going to be all crochet. Yeah, I'm just going to hope for the best. It's going to just be inspired by the top that I really wanted, and I really hope it's going to turn out nice. But I guess let's get started. I think I'm gonna share the pattern for this on my Ko-fi membership, so you can see that in the link in the description if you want to sign up and get this pattern, plus all the other patterns that I have already published before, which is honestly quite a lot of patterns already. So I guess let's get started. So I almost need to refresh, like repay my subscription for Wix. But since I really only use it for these links, well, I also have a portfolio that I haven't updated in very long, but I only have about, I would say, 13 visitors every month. So I'm now looking into setting up a beacons account for just my links, and then I'll try to link my domain that I have to this, and hopefully it works out. Because it's like more than 100 euros per year for a Wix account, and I honestly, it doesn't really get as much views, to be honest, and I mainly use it for the links. I also never noted down anything, so I honestly didn't really know what my website and email address was hosted on. So I just spent over an hour trying to figure out how I was hosting everything, and I'm just so happy I didn't get into web development, because I do have a bachelor in web development, but like that hosting and all that stuff is actually the worst. It almost gives me a heart attack, to be honest. Okay, so I did find more pictures of this lingerie top through like the Google image search, and apparently the color is supposed to be gray, which now I kind of see that it's supposed to be gray, but I thought it was like a very dark bluish green color, but oh well. And I did make this sketch. Wow, you can see so much. Okay, here it is. So I tried to like unravel the top how I would do it. I'm also thinking I might do a cross straps at the back, and I want to do the frilly part at the bottom. Maybe I want to split it in half, and then obviously I'm not gonna do the bra clasps in the back, but I think I'll just tie it maybe in the back. So yeah, this is my sketch. I feel like the cups, I looked up a tutorial for the cups on YouTube and I did find one, so I'll link that in the description. The part underneath the cups might be a little bit difficult, but I do have a vague idea of how I want to do it. So I'm gonna try that out, but I think for this evening I'm gonna start with one of the cups. I first need to make some measurements of my boobs so that I know how big the cup should be. I bought this tiny hook on my job. Evert already laughed at how small this hook is. I feel like I'm gonna die. I looked up a kind of a simple lace stitch, so I think I'm gonna try out that lace stitch for the cups, and then probably also for the frilly bits on the bottom of this top. I guess I'm gonna start with the cups now. Help me. It's running away. Allez, don't be distracted.
Allee. Allee, don't be distracted, eh? But there's a cardboard inside.
Ja. Maar ja, ik weet niet of ik dat eruit mag nemen. Pas op. Look how good all the colors are looking together. Wow. Okay, it currently is 1 AM, so I should probably go to bed. But I did finish one cup. I have some other yarn with me as well. You can see the difference in the width of yarn in my previous project and my project now. It's kind of insane. I finished one cup. Let me just see how it's supposed to be rotated. So I made one of the cups. This is very awkward to show you guys because I'm like,
this is my boob.
I think I'm gonna do the other cup tomorrow. It kind of stays like this if I remove my hands. So yeah, I'm actually very happy with how it looks already. Again, it's not gonna look exactly like the lingerie top, but I do think this cup is a little bit like resemblance of the actual lingerie top as far as crochet makes it possible without any wires and everything. Again, I did use that YouTube tutorial that I'm gonna link in the comments, but I did need to do so much calculating because I'm using this lace stitch. So I needed to do a lot of calculating for it to come out this way. As always, tomorrow I have to do a lot of other stuff, but in the evening I'll have time to work on this top again. Okay, it's a new day. Yesterday was Sunday and I did so much on the top. I did the second cup and then I also started attaching the two cups together, but I just didn't film as much because I was so focused on actually crocheting, and I needed to hurry a little bit because I got done at about 1 a.m. which already was too late to my liking. But I just kept going. So I'm gonna show you what I have. I'm currently doubting, should I like get dressed for today because it's Monday and I'm not really gonna leave the house. And my skin isn't too bad, to be honest. And then my hair, and I'm just wearing this sweater that I wear a lot when I am just like in pajama clothing, but a lot of people really like this sweater, so that's a bonus. I'm gonna show you what I have. So this is what I have, and I think it will turn out very cute, and I don't think it's gonna be like super obvious lingerie, but I think it will also be fitting as a top. Well, not without anything underneath, I'm thinking. I feel like that's gonna be a little bit too revealing, especially for my preferences. I spent so much time thinking about how I could connect these cups in this way, since it's like kind of like a triangle, but it goes like this. So I tried, also while I was crocheting this, in the meantime I was like typing out all the steps I was doing in the hopes that I'm not forgetting anything to go into the eventual pattern that I'll write for it. But it was kind of complicated, to be honest. And then I also wanted to create like this effect of the bra like going a bit like this on the bottom, but I don't know if I achieved that very well. But I tried my best, and I'm honestly already very proud because I can't believe I'm like crocheting lingerie. Uh-oh, Mona has noticed my yarn tail, so I'm gonna put these bra cups back. Okay, she already attacked my yarn. So today I need to edit a video because it's Monday, and then in the evening Evert isn't home, so I feel like I will have more space to film, I guess, because usually in the evening he watches television and then it's kind of hard for me to film in the evening. But in the evenings it's also when I do the most of my crocheting, so that can be kind of complicated sometimes. I almost have my studio space, by the way, which I'm super excited about, so I will mainly be working in my studio space when I have it. But I'm still thinking, will I just not sit on the couch in the evening to also crochet? I'll see how that goes. I guess we'll continue with adding the straps on the side, and then we can start with the frilly part on the bottom, which I guess will take the longest time. It's 7:30 p.m. I am working on the straps from like on the side of the top. I'm watching Kathleen Illustrated. In about half an hour my video will be published, so then I'll have to do a little bit of marketing, I guess. Whoa, this lighting is even worse than my usual lighting. I'm gonna quickly try on the bra I have so far to see where the frilly bits need to end in the back. It doesn't really have like a good or a bad side. So this is what it's looking like, and then I'm gonna take a stitch marker and kind of see where it ends in the back, so I kind of know where to make the bottom piece. This looks so funny. Hello? Can you even see it? Probably not. Mona wants to say hi, the little baby. Okay, I started with this part, but I actually feel like it should be more frilly. So I think I'm gonna undo all of this. Okay, this is the progress from today. I also stopped in the middle of a row because I suddenly realized I really need to get ready to go to bed because tomorrow I need to go to my job, sadly enough. Sometimes I forget I have a job because I only work 2 days a week at the moment. Guys, am I already kind of behind on my schedule today? Obviously, as always, but let's go to the city. And we're back! I did move my camera a little bit by accident, but I hope that looked smooth somehow. So I want to do a little haul before continuing this video. I was also filming for 2 videos at the same time and I was very confused that I should actually be filming for this video and not for my last video. Yeah, I did buy a lot of Miffy items. For example, this. I got my prints. I always get them printed at a local print shop. In case you're confused, I drew this in my last vlog. So I got them printed in this video. But I feel like they're a little bit off center. But that happens sometimes when I shop with them. Oh my god, I also got so many prints. I feel like I got a lot more than 12. I asked for 12 and I feel like I also only paid for 12 prints, but I feel like they gave me so many more. This is the print for the May rewards and they did cut off, you can see it in the back, they did cut off like a bit much on the top and also a bit on this side. So she did actually have nails, but you can't see them, but it still looks very cute, I think. And then this afternoon I'm gonna make the sticker sheets with my Cricut and I'm gonna show a little bit of the process. Again, I think for next month I'm gonna make a separate vlog about my whole process of designing the prints and stickers, ordering everything and making my sticker sheets at home, and then maybe also a little bit of behind the scenes on how I write my patterns, my crochet patterns and stuff like that. I feel like a month-long vlog of my Ko-Fi rewards, my Ko-Fi membership would be a fun vlog, so let me know if you're interested in that. I feel like it won't get as many views, but I'm gonna do it anyways, so I might as well just make a separate vlog about it anyways. I bought these super cute frames at Action, which is like a very cheap-ass store. I think it's only in Europe, I'm not sure though. I check when I go to the city, I check their stores because they have a lot of ugly stuff, but every now and then they have like kind of trendy stuff and also in my style of interior, because it reminded me of another frame I already had, but this one was very expensive. So these ones were only, I think, €1.50. And then lastly, I want to talk about maybe the most exciting part, because I went to the Thrift outlet, the store where all the thrifting clothes go to if they're not getting sold in the thrift shop itself. Okay, I don't know how to explain it, but you probably know what I get. So it's like the last resort and they sell items for €6 per kilograms, which is so cheap. And I did buy 2 skirts, which I'm gonna style because I really want to style them, and I will probably also make a TikTok about it. And because I want to do a lot more thrifting content. So this is a little sneak peek. I will do a thrifting themed video, I think in a few weeks or months. And I did also saw these pants, which I thought I was gonna like, but they were a bit too fitted. I much more prefer like wide-legged pants now because it also is a lot more trendy, so I didn't buy those. I also saw this black and white skirt. I didn't really like how it looked on me, and now I'm gonna show you the 2 skirts that I did buy, because I'm looking specifically for skirts and pants because I feel like I already have so many dresses and tops. So this is like my new thrifting quest now. Okay, first of all, I bought this beautiful maxi skirt. By the way, for these 2 skirts I only paid €2.22, so that's insane. And I feel like someone handmade this. Obviously all clothing is handmade, but you know what I mean, at home. And it's such a lovely fabric. I'm a sucker for flowers, obviously. I always by flower patterns, and it's giving such like a whimsy goth vibe, this skirt. And then my chandelier, earring and necklace set, and these boots that I also thrifted for I think €7. And this is outfit number 2 with this skirt. It has like this little braided detail on the front, and I paired it with this top that I also thrifted at the same thrifting outlet about a month or 2 months ago. Yeah, this is how I would style it, obviously with other shoes. Welcome to this huge pile in the entryway of our house, which is also kind of like our living room. So my Cricut is all the way here, so I guess I'll first need to make some space, and I have to do this once every month. Also, I'm guessing this will be the outfit I'm gonna wear for the rest of the day, although this skirt isn't washed yet, which is a little bit gross, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they wash it before styling it, and a few people might have touched it, which is gross, but that's fine. I think I'm gonna start with making some space. A lot of this should go into my studio space as well eventually. This is merch from Evert his band. My sewing supplies. This is all like random fabric I collected over the months. So this is my cutting mat. Oh my god. Okay, ignore all the mess because we just have a very small kitchen slash house. So I'm now printing my sticker sheets, and then I'm gonna simply cut them out. I feel like I have done this a lot of times already, so usually things don't go wrong. And I already also calibrated my machine, but I feel like it wasn't really needed to begin with. And I already also know my settings on my Cricut app that I use every time. This is what it looks like when it's not cut. It's perfect. I'm gonna keep this one for my own. It does have like a little bit of stains at the top, so I will keep this one for myself, and I think I'll make like 10 of these in total, and then I'm done for today. So I'm about here, and my first skein is almost gonna run out. I haven't fit it on again yet, but I think I'm gonna get ready to go to bed now. And it's also not as like frilly as I wanted it to be, and I feel like it's also gonna be like a little bit awkward in the back because it doesn't come as far. But the good thing about that is that otherwise this would have taken me double the amount of time and yarn. So right now I feel like I did a little bit of calculations based on how much yarn I used so far, and I think I will be able to make it like 1/3 longer and then do the same on the other side, because I really want to use up this specific yarn. I'm only at about 17 hours working on this project, and I'm honestly getting really tired of it, probably because it's doing the same stitch over and over again. So it's not frilly at all, which is kind of annoying, but that would also take me longer. I feel like it looks nice though, and it still needs a few more rows, and then I'm gonna start on the other side. I'm actually already so tired of this project. So let's take a little bit of a break and pack this month's, so April's hooray mail. To be honest, I'm not going as fast with my project as I would like to. I have currently done this much already, and I'm almost done with the one side, but it's currently Saturday and I actually wanted both sides to be finished at the end of Sunday, and I feel like that's just not gonna be reasonable because every time I'm crocheting I feel kind of bored. So we're gonna pack some mail. I also want to show you all the rewards, the physical rewards I have for May. I'm trying to think what the crochet pattern for May is. I'll show it on screen because I am too lazy to think about the May rewards because I'm like working on different months at the same time all the time. So you have seen me working on the print and the sticker sheet, well, mainly the sticker sheet. So here is the result for that. This is the back of the postcard. And then yesterday my stickers arrived, and I think they are so cute. They're maybe a little bit more like simplistic when it comes to the design, but I really like the sparkly effects. Here it is. It's so cool, and it also reflects kind of like a rainbow. So here you can see the rewards together for May. I'm not gonna pack these yet, obviously, because it's still April when I'm recording this. So we're gonna put these back and grab our actual rewards for this month. I know this is like a weird angle because my head is partly cut off, but I also wanted to show you my salon table so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I also still need to cut some more of these stickers. They are just the stickers that I put on the envelope, so I need to cut those out as well. But first I'm gonna pack the envelopes. Currently I have one member that is just the male tier, so that is only the postcard, and then I have 6 members who are signed up for the male deluxe tier, which is a postcard, sticker and sticker sheet. So let's pack that. And I think the April rewards were so cute. I actually like all my rewards so far that I have done, which I guess is a good sign because I would have wanted these myself as well. So that's always a good sign. Obviously, you should only make and sell items and art that you would buy yourself as well. And then we're gonna pack all these guys in the other envelopes. It was a craft team, and I really like these colors as well. It's kind of like a bluish pink purple theme going on, so we're gonna put them in all of these envelopes that I have left. But the weather has been very nice today. We also went on a walk. It actually was a bit too hot, and it has only been 23 degrees Celsius. But we saw a lot of ducks as always, and that was very nice. I also always have some leftovers of these prints and stickers and sticker sheets, so I'm still thinking I want to open up maybe an Etsy store or at least a Ko-Fi shop, because my memberships are on Ko-Fi as well. But I just haven't really made the time for it yet, because I have spent so much time lately working on TikToks and also filming exclusively for TikToks. And then I also need to work on my newsletter tomorrow, and I have to do all these small tasks. I also have to prep my video for next week, but I've already kind of done that. I also already made the thumbnail, so there are all these small tasks that need to be done every month that probably a lot of people don't really think about. And I also would love to draw again, maybe tomorrow. So all these small tasks, and I have just not committed yet in working on a web shop. I do want to work on commissions though, maybe also tomorrow. I want to set up some commissions on my Ko-Fi page. Oh, by the way, I got a new tattoo yesterday, and I made another video about that as well, which you can check out on my channel if you're interested. It is still fresh, so I still need to take care of it. That's also why I'm wearing this cardigan, because we went on a walk and I didn't want it to be exposed to the sun. Okay, so we have everything packed. Now I'm gonna quickly cut out these stickers and then I can finish up my packages. I also already printed out the addresses. I now print them because the first time when I sent out my envelopes, 2 of them didn't arrive, so now I just print them out in the hopes that it will arrive safely. Oh my god, I feel like the outfit I have been wearing this whole time would look so cute with this lingerie top. And I'm gonna add those purple details, so I don't know if it will match after the purple. If it will match after the purple details. Maybe like the ribbon details could be more in a bluish color to keep it more toned. After all, I am the designer of this item, so it doesn't need to be completely the same as the lingerie top I saw in Urban Outfitters. It's a new day. I'm gonna eat my leftover burritos from like 3 days ago, and they look disgusting, but it's actually very tasty. And I also just entered the AI doll trend without the AI, obviously, because you really need to be mindful when you use AI, because there are some consequences, which sound super dramatic. But yeah, here it is, my starter pack. And I wanted to do it very, very quickly. It still took me about 1.5 hours. And it's not perfect. I feel like I would do it a lot better if I gave myself more time. But since it's just a trend, I didn't want to spend too much time on it. I'm not gonna turn it into a print or anything. But it was very fun to do. I feel like I should do trends more often, but it's just kind of hard to find time in between all the other things I want to do. Now it's Sunday and I still have a few tasks. I'm gonna eat, and then I'm gonna set up my email for this month, my mail subscription, and I might look into setting up commissions on my Ko-fi membership. Maybe I can also do this starter kit as a commission, but I honestly don't really know if people are gonna be interested since it's just a trend. So this is my Ko-fi page, and I just added these commissions: full body pet portraits, multiple pets, my AI starter pack, and then the Pokemon cards, which you can also request physical commission. Now I was working on my newsletter, and this is what I have. It looks so colorful and nice. But I also wanted to talk a little bit more about the whole AI art thing. Again, I know you probably think I'm like a crazy artist, and that's honestly the truth. But I have been talking a lot about AI art, especially also the environmental impact. And then yesterday I noticed posting on TikTok is also very bad for the environment. And then I was like, damn, maybe I am part of the problem, you know? So I definitely don't want to judge other people or strive to be perfect to begin with. I know everyone can. For me, the most important part is that everyone tries a little bit. For example, I'm also vegetarian, which is far better for the environment compared to AI or internet stuff in general. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, I wanted to just talk about it because I feel like it's so useless. Like, nobody really needs AI art, and besides the environmental impact, there also are other ethical stuff that are very wrong, obviously, like stealing from artists without their consent, because that's what the AI model is trained on. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna go edit my video now. Well, first I'm gonna eat my lunch, and then I'm gonna edit this week's video and try to get over my meltdown. This is just an almost everyday occurrence as an autistic person. But it's fine, we'll get over it. So I was looking in my yarn stash if I have some yarn I could use instead of the cute fluffy purple yarn that I bought. I'm honestly kind of sad that I'm not going to use it anymore, but I feel like it won't really match with what I want to do anymore. So I have all of these yarns, and I was thinking it could be fun to use different colors that kind of match with this color, because I feel like it's a bit in between blue and green. So maybe I can use these blues and some greens. Maybe I can make some leaves that I can attach onto it. So yeah, I think I'll just try to use this yarn. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to use up all of this yarn, but I can make some little flowers and maybe some leaves. I guess I'm gonna make 1,000,000 of these. Yay! Also looking forward to attaching these and weaving in all the ends. So this is obviously a lot less subtle than the lace effect on the original top, but I do think it will look very pretty when I sew this all on. But I do like this, so tomorrow I think I'll continue with the length of this top, and then eventually I'll have to tackle the straps, which I have been procrastinating so far because I have to like fit it on and measure how long the strap should be and everything, and I kind of think that's a very annoying task to do. I am so impressed by this random white thick hair that Mona has grown. I started adding in the ribbon based on the reference picture, and I was almost ready, but I think I'm gonna stop now because it's already 12:30 a.m. and I need to work tomorrow. Somehow there's a rooster in my garden. Very random. I'm in my garden now and I want to do the reveal in the garden, but I'll probably talk a little bit more quiet because it's very embarrassing to be outside and like talk English since I'm Dutch. So I'm gonna show you the reveal. Sorry if the lighting is kind of bad. I'm gonna try to edit it afterwards, but I wanted to film outside because the weather actually is quite nice, and I also don't want to go to the park with my tripod because that's very embarrassing to me. So I'm just gonna film it in this ugly spot in my garden. But yeah, this is how it turned out. I think it's super cute. I have to admit though, this is the first time I'm trying it on with the straps attached to it, and I honestly think I did one of the straps shorter than the other strap. As you can probably tell, this goes a lot higher, and also I think in the back you can see that one side is like very much pulled up, so I'll need to look at that again. So that's going back into my whip pile, but besides that I think it's super cute, especially with this outfit. I think it matches so nicely. I'm gonna show the reference once again. Obviously it's completely different, but I hope you can still see some resemblance. I also really like this ribbon here. I do think combined with another top that's not this color, I do think the ribbon would be maybe a bit too bright, but it does match the flowers on the top. This was such a fun project, well, besides the continuous stitches that were all the same. This is it on the side, by the way, and on the back. So on the back it's not the most flattering, but I still think this outfit looks super cute. And I also tried to match my makeup a little bit, and now I'll also film some TikToks, obviously, since I look kind of decent. I think that's the end of the video, you guys. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll see you in next week's video. Have a good day or night. Bye bye!